Hello my friends, this is your how to use plaster wrap video. When you buy plaster wrap in the store, like at Michael's Craft Store for example, it usually comes in a package like this with like a cardboard branding over it. And then when you pull it out, it will be in a roll. You're going to need to get scissors and cut it into the size that you need your strips first. I recommend doing 1-inch strips as opposed to doing anything that's bigger than that, because when you are doing the dipping into water, which is one of the steps, if it's too big, you wind up having to fold it to make it fit, and then part of it isn't going to get wet all the way, and then the glue that's inside the plaster wrap doesn't really activate. So cut your strips first before you do any of the dipping, so that way your hands stay dry for this step and you don't accidentally activate and then dry out the strip with wet hands before you even get a chance to use it. So once you think you've cut enough strips, you're going to get a cup of water, as warm as your skin will tolerate. Everybody's got a different temperature that their body tolerates the most, as warm as you can. I find that using warm water for plaster wrap works better because it'll evaporate faster and it will dry quicker. So if you're working in layers, you can get them done faster. If you are wearing a watch or any rings, you will want to take them off, so that way you don't have to worry about getting plaster on any of your clothing. Always have your sleeves rolled up, wear a smock if you need to. Now, when you're starting your plaster, you're going to dip all the way down. And you want to start so that you're automatically going to be attaching, so that you're half on one thing and half on the other thing. Do you see all these little holes? You want to rub them so that you are smoothing out the plaster that's in this cloth strip. When you do the next strip, you're going to go on top of just a little bit. You're going to overlap and then smooth it out. You do not want to leave gaps because it will peel back off when it dries. What you do want to do is 1/2 of the object at a time. So start with your top half, let it dry, then flip it over and do the bottom half. You'll see the bottom half in the next video. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and start fast forwarding so that you can see the finished product. And there we go. I have my whole top half done. I'm not going to flip it and do the bottom half until the top half is dry, because if I put him on his side for too long, he's going to start sticking to the surface that you're working on. So I want to let him dry so that I can tip him over without that sticking. Because this plaster is really messy, you are going to want to use a placemat of some kind, either some newspaper or newsprint like I have here, or something plastic that you can easily wipe. I like using the newspaper because you can just throw it out afterwards, and no harm, no foul. The water that you've used will have plaster dust at the bottom of the cup. You need to be careful when you're pouring out the water because you do not want the plaster dust to get into the sink drain. You will wind up clogging the sink. So block it as you pour so that only the water is leaving and not the plaster dust. The dust can be wiped out afterwards with a paper towel, and then the cup could always be reused. Or if you're just using plastic cups, then you can just toss it and grab another one next time. So I'm going to let this dry, and I'll see you in part 2.